What's up, everybody? It's your boy C3, and welcome back to another episode of C3 Comics. I know I've been gone for a minute, but tied up with school, work, and church and everything, I just haven't been able to get down to my comic book shop. But I was able to get there this past Wednesday, so what I did was I picked up all my comics from the last 3 weeks. So that's why I'm calling this a mega haul. So do me a favor. I know I've been gone for a minute, but please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, so that every time I post up, you'll be the first one to know. All right? So I'm not going to hold you guys up. I'm going to jump right into this haul and try to keep this video as short as possible. All right? So I'm going to start with everything from the past 3 weeks, and then I'll work my way forward, and I'll show you what I picked up yesterday on New Comic Book Day. All right? So without further ado, let's jump right in. So first and foremost, you know I grabbed that new Marvel Spotlight. So I got my previews. So I know what I'm looking forward to coming up in the next few months. From DC, I copped that Shazam issue number 1. Just scream the word. Next up from DC, I grabbed that Dollar comic, Black as Night. Beautiful cover of a skull. Perfect. Next up, I picked up that Far Sector issue number 1. And I read this one immediately. So those of you who haven't read it, definitely grab it, read it. It's a good read. I actually picked up a few copies of that. One to read, 2 for the spec box. You know how I do. Far Sector, issue number 1. New Green Lantern. From DC also, from Hill House Comics, I picked up that Dollhouse Family. Sorry. The Dollhouse Family. I also grabbed the variant for that too. Beautiful cardstock. This too is an excellent story also. All right, so we're going to jump into my Marvel now. First from Marvel, I got X-Men issue number 2. Loving this storyline as well. Transformation of the X-Men universe. Also from Marvel, I picked up Fallen Angels, issue number 1. Next up from Marvel, History of the Marvel Universe, issue number 5. Gorgeous cover there also. Next up from Marvel, Black Panther, Agents of Wakanda, issue number 3. I love what they're doing with this storyline. I really wasn't feeling that first Black Panther. It was doing good in the beginning, but then it just kind of drug along a little bit. So I like this one, definitely. Next up from Marvel, I caught my Daredevil issue number 13. Chip Zdarsky. Love it. Justin Regan turned me on to this run. It's a good read. Next up from Marvel, the facsimile cover. One day maybe I'll be able to get the real one. I got Tomb of Dracula issue number 10. First appearance of Blade, the vampire hunter. Facsimile. And I grabbed 2 of those. Never hurt. Next up from Marvel, New Mutants, issue number 1. Beautiful art germ cover. Love it. Also from Marvel, I got my X-Force, issue number 1. Also from Marvel, I got my Immortal Hulk issue number 26. Still one of the best reads out there. Let me put this stack away. We're going to move into some of the independent labels. From Boom Studio, I grabbed that Folklore issue number 1. I also grabbed from Image Comics, Family Tree issue number 1. This is a good read too. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but it's about this little girl who branches start growing out of her, and a mom trying to figure out a way to get her some help. But check this one out. It's a good read. I grabbed also from Titan Comics, V.E. Schwab's Shades of Magic. I like comics with the magic story arcs in them going. Pretty decent. You know, it's fair. It's worth a gander. From Issue Comics, I also picked up my Dead Eyes issue number 2. Just making sure I keep up with that storyline after that whole battle in court about the name and everything. Dead Rabbit thing going on. Also, one of the better reads that I had picked up from that week, Undiscovered Country issue number 1, cover A. Slow burn right here. I think this is going to turn out to be a good read. I'm hearing it got option too. I mean, it don't make me no never mind, but it's still a good read though. So if you don't got it, grab it while the copies are still out there. Undiscovered Country issue number 1, cover B. Pretty good read. I think you'll like it. Also, from Alterna Comics, I picked up Voidwalker issue number 1. Can't beat a good read for $1.50. Interesting. From Source Comics, Wretches issue number 1. From Dark Horse Comics, this is one that he threw in the box. My LCS thought I might like this one also. Chrome issue number 1. So I can't wait to see what's in there. Slide these over out the way. Coming down to the wire on the old books. From Arcadia, number 1, The Magicians. Who has read this book right here? If anybody has read this book, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this book. Is this something I should be reading, or was this just one of those duds? Magicians, issue number 1. This was intriguing. Strictly a cover buy, but I grabbed 2 of them though. That She is Death, Niobe, issue number 1 from Stranger Comics. Man, is that a beautiful cover or what? Exquisite artwork, man. That's a beautiful one to have in the collection. I think I'll be pleased with this one, even if the storyline sucks. She's just a beautiful picture. And I grabbed 2 copies of that. Just beautiful. All right, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move into the comics for yesterday. New comic book day for Wednesday. I just want to put all these back just to make sure that they don't get damaged. I do want to take care of my comics. All right. So from my new bunch of comics, we're going to start with Image. I picked up Farmhand, issue number 11. I'm glad this book is back. This has been one of my more exciting reads. I really enjoyed this. I was following this from the start. This is a dope read. So if you're not reading this comic, you guys get on this one. Looks like it starts a new story arc. Farmhand, issue number 11. I also picked up from Boom Studios, Something is Killing the Children, and that is issue number 3. From Marvel, I picked up Spider-Verse, issue number 2. As soon as the video is over, I'm going to dive into this one. See what's going on. I picked up 2 copies of that. I figured I'd grab 2. I was watching Jim Comics, and he said it's a possibility that that might be a very small print run. And it may have some first appearances in there, some new characters. So first appearances plus small print run, you know, can't go wrong with that. Also from Marvel, I picked up Captain Marvel, issue number 12. I've been following this one also with the first appearance of Dark Captain Marvel and Star and all of that. This issue number 12, it's a good read in there. I'm not going to tell you about it. It's a real exciting, I mean, as soon as you open it, it just starts. Boom, just starts. It goes right at you. I picked up a couple copies of that as well. There's a pretty nice reveal at the end too. Captain Marvel issue number 12. And I also picked up that Captain Marvel issue number 12, that 2099 variant. And for all intents and purposes, I didn't go crazy with the 2099s that they put out, and I'll show you why at the end of the video. But I did pick up a couple of them, but I didn't jump on all of them. All right. Also from Marvel, I picked up Loki issue number 5. And I need somebody to tell me, please, is it just me, or is Loki a little curvaceous in this on this cover? Or am I just seeing things? Loki, issue number 5, 2099 variant. I love the colors in it. Also from Marvel, I picked up my Absolute Carnage. Cates and Stegman. You know I couldn't, can't leave that on the show. No, I definitely had to make sure this was in my box. See how that's ending. I got a couple of more copies of that too, just because I can put together 2 or 3 different runs. From DC, I picked up that Jeff Lemire, The Question, issue number 1. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm really digging this Black Label and how they're putting out their books. You know, so I got a nice little collection of that Black Label, and I think it's pretty good. You know, I like it. The Death of Vic Sage. And like I say, buy what you like. Also from DC, Year of the Villain, Supergirl, The Infected, issue number 36. Think we got a first appearance of Supergirl Who Laughs in here? Check it out, see what it's about. Also from DC, Year of the Villain, Crush, Teen Titans, issue number 36. Yo, this has got to be one of the best reads of the year right here. This has been consistently good. Consistently from the beginning. You got to read it too. Lobo done came and took over. Never mind. But Lobo's a monster in there. So check it out. Last but not least from DC, I got He-Man, Masters of the Multiverse, issue number 1. I grabbed that Skeletor variant. If there are any left on the shelf, I'll go back and grab a couple more, but I wanted to make sure that I got at least one of these. That's a beautiful cover too. That artwork is dope. So there you have it, folks. That's my comic book haul for the past 3 weeks. Like I said, I'm sorry I haven't been around. I know I looked at my channel just last night, and I looked at the subscribers, and I noticed I lost a subscriber. If anybody knows that subscriber, wherever that subscriber went, find that subscriber and tell them to get back to this channel. I didn't mean to lose a subscriber, but you know, life just goes on. You know, life gets ahead of you, and you just get busy, you get tied up, and it's just so much you got going on. But I'm still here. I ain't going nowhere. You know, I'm furthering my education, still working hard. Oh, before I go, I wanted to show you why I didn't pick out a whole bunch of those 2099 covers. Almost forgot. The reason I didn't grab a whole bunch of the 2099 covers is because, remember these? How many of you remember these? Right? Hulk 2099. How about this guy? I know you remember this guy. Spider-Man 2099. What about this guy? Ravage 2099, issue number 1. And last but not least, The Punisher, issue number 1, 2099. You know? And it's not even about them being worth a lot of money. It's just the fact that I paid money for them. And there was really nothing going on inside of them. They were good reads and all of that. So I'm not going to go crazy about a book that they're going to put out over and over again. So I have the originals. Unless something new happens and I hear about it, I'll grab the other ones. But other than that, I'm pretty content with the ones I got right now. You know, it's always good when you got the originals, right? Even the big collectors will definitely know that. I know the big collectors, they're not just buying a bunch of just books just to be buying them. So, you know, I'm not a big collector by far, but I like to try to be smart with my money. So I'm not going to just buy books just to be buying them. You know, so it's not about trying to keep up with the Joneses, you know. But anyway, I thank you guys for stopping by, checking out the channel. Like I always say, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Feel free to ring the bell. Share this with a friend. I'm your boy C3, and as always, we're going to keep it comic. Peace.